Welcome to my first DIY. The first thing that you'll need to do is get the supplies that you'll need. I went to Michael's craft store because they had everything from the letters to the hot glue gun. I didn't have to go anywhere else. No, this isn't a sponsored video. I chose a few different colors of cardstock because I couldn't choose one. They're in the store and I wanted to see how the letters looked on the different backgrounds. There'll be a list of everything that I used in the description box. I had already chosen my design before I went to the craft store, so I bought my letters based on words that I wanted to highlight, what I wanted to stand out, and where on the cap they'd be going. I wasn't in a hurry to stick the glue, so I don't recommend that you be either. What I did do is cut off the letters. They are self-adhesive letters, but I cut them off with the plastic bag still attached to just place them onto the cardstock to get a visual of how I wanted the cap to look. I hadn't cut the cardstock to the size of the cap as yet. I was just gathering the letters that I needed. I then placed the letters onto the cap to make sure that they were the right size letters and that they would all fit on the cap neatly. I did take the cap with me to the craft store so that I could choose the appropriate size letters. Now I was just back checking to make sure that I did good. I put the letters on each of my backgrounds just to see and take a picture so that I could choose the best one. As you'll see later on, eventually I did choose the pink. The next thing you'll need to do is cut out the hole so that the tassel, the part for the tassel holder I'll call it, can peep through. Well, come through on a hole. What you're gonna do is press the cardstock onto the graduation cap as to leave an indentation on the cardstock. Make sure you do this on the side that is going to be glued down to the cap. Next, you're gonna take a pen and you're gonna sketch out the circle based on the indentation. And you're gonna take a knife and dig around it as to make the circle, and then you'll be able to push out that piece of cardstock, and voila, you'll have the hole for your tassel. The next thing I did was force the cardstock onto the graduation cap, pushing the tassel holder through the hole, and later realizing that I could just use the knife to stick the sides underneath. You have to take your time when pushing the cardstock onto the graduation cap because you want to be careful as to not rip it. I ripped mine slowly, but I was in full control of that, and then I pushed the sides underneath. It is better for the hole to be smaller than to be larger, so try to keep it that way. I then placed each of the letters onto the cardstock while it was on the cap this time. And I got the other decorations and put them in place to get a visual of where I wanted it based on where I wanted them to be in the end. I still ended up changing them, but trial and error, you know. My last video got corrupted, so I'm sorry, but all left to do is hot glue on the letters. I kept them on the hat and I lifted up each letter one by one and hot glued it on because just where I took it from is where I wanted to put it back. I saved the decorations and the bedazzle for last, and I basically filled in the empty spots with them. For my design, I didn't want to draw on the infinity because I didn't want to spoil it, and I'm already not that crafty, to be honest. So I took an 8 and turned it horizontal and used it as an infinity sign. It wasn't big enough, but hey, it worked out. Designing your own graduation cap is rather easy, even if you're not really crafty like me. My social media accounts are linked in the description box, and I want you guys to tag me in any videos or any pictures if you do go on and design your own graduation cap. I really want to see how it turned out. Thanks for tuning in, and please do subscribe. Yes, I am new to YouTube, but you'll be seeing me a lot more often. Thanks for watching.
Everybody wants what they need, something special to believe in. See, I believe that me.
Don't forget to add me on Snapchat.
One chance, no regrets. Anything